Member for Blue Mountains.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Skills, TAFE and Tertiary Education.
Who's that?
Will the Minister please update the House on the Men's
Someone
Labor
new.
Government's work in rebuilding TAFE and the training sector to address critical skills shortages in New South Wales?
Hey.
Well, I'm pleased to welcome the Minister.
Well, thanks, Mr Speaker, and I do thank the member for Blue Mountains for her question, and I would particularly thank her for giving me my first question in this place since the 1st of December 2010. What a surprise it is to be back here again. It is several parliamentary careers ago for many. But
Order.
Mr Speaker, a year ago, when I was a constituent in a National Party held seat in Monero, I did often hear the National Party talking about TAFE, and I quote from their website: "TAFE campuses are the beating hearts of our country communities and provide essential access to education and training people need to enter the workforce or score their next promotion." So, Mr Speaker, imagine how surprised I was to read in the incoming Minister's brief a week or so ago, and I quote, "The TAFE New South Wales budget was re-baselined in 2021 following a review by consultants. Now, new forward estimates were established with a significant funding reduction, further reductions in the out years, and, quote, heroic commercial revenue assumptions." Mr Speaker, when we came into government, what we actually found was that the people opposite had actually set a situation where forward estimates for TAFE declined in dollar terms from every out year. So in other words, there was a nearly $200 million shortfall
Member for Hornsby,
in
member
the
for Port
TAFE funding
Macquarie
that was
will come to
available.
order.
So it's very clearly,
Member for
without the
Goulburn.
intervention of this Labor government, the cuts to TAFE
Member
would have
for Port
resulted in
Stephens.
campus closures, job losses, and questions around safety of teachers and students. So the government has stepped in to rescue the TAFE with funding, and we now have a budget which has.
Order! Member for Port Macquarie, member for Tamworth's on a call. Member for Tamworth.
Mr Speaker, the Coalition's record in TAFE is the reason why we
Member
have
for
seen,
Wahroonga's on another
and
call.
the uncertainty over the out years is the reason why we see more than 65% of the teaching workforce in TAFE either casual or temporary. It's a situation where people simply can't plan for their futures, and our TAFE can't plan for its future because of the uncertainty that those opposite put into place. So that's why this government has stepped in and has fixed the hole in the budget left by the opposition, and why we are looking forward to working with the Commonwealth. Why we're looking forward to working with the Commonwealth on finalising a new 5-year national skills agreement.
Minister, I just have to recognise the member for Blue Mountains.
Mr Speaker, I seek an extension of time for the Minister.
Seek additional information. 2 minutes is granted. Members of the opposition will be on calls very quickly. Member for Port Macquarie will come to order.
And Mr Speaker, I hear the interjections from the opposition, and it's really important to highlight that we are very close to finalising a new 5-year national skills agreement with the Commonwealth, which the opposition didn't want to do. They extended the old agreement by a year, and they walked away from negotiations with the Commonwealth over the new 5-year agreement. Now this is really important because finally in New South Wales and in Australia, we have 2 governments now who are of the same view on the importance of TAFE. We have 2 Labor governments who both agree that at least 70% of the skills budget should be delivered by TAFE. We have 2 Labor governments who agree on the importance of apprenticeships and trainees. And we've seen from this government an immediate commitment to $93.5 million to directly hire an additional 1,000 apprentices and trainees in government agencies, to a commitment to 3 manufacturing centres of excellence. And of course, the federal government, in its Working Futures White Paper, has also highlighted its commitment to centres of excellence around Australia. And overall, this government's budget is investing $3.1 billion in skills training. So that's the TAFE money, which is now over $2 billion in recurrent funding. It's at $93.5 billion for the 1,000 apprentices, $18.5 million for TAFE New South Wales to implement digital transformation, because, as I've heard in just a week, the former government had let the TAFE systems run so far down that teachers are actually spending way too much of their time actually just trying to input data into ancient systems. And those are the sort of things that need to improve to actually make sure that we can deliver training where it's needed and ensure that we have the people coming out with the skills to make sure New South Wales prospers for the long term.